So there are four barriers when you want to transition from single family to multifamily. I'm going to share those four barriers as well as four solutions that I've done personally to overcome those barriers. So let's get started. The first one, or the first barrier is lenders want experience. This is the catch 22 that we all get stuck in. How can I get experience in multifamily if I've never owned a multifamily deal myself? It's just like, how do I get job experience if I can not get the job in the first place? So, with multifamily lending, commercial lending, lenders want a track record. Lenders want experience, and lenders want to see your resume. And unfortunately, lenders don't care if you have a lot of experience in single family homes. They don't care if you own 5 to 10 single family homes. When I first bought my first multifamily, I owned 5 single family homes, and none of the lenders cared because managing single family home versus multifamily, it's a different business model and requires a different skill set. So because of that, they want to see experience. They want to see your track record. It's very common for commercial lenders to ask for your real estate resume, and they want to see that you've done deals before. So once again, if you only ever own single family homes, just like me, and you want to go to multifamily, that creates a huge barrier. Lenders will not trust you. Lenders are the ones who are giving you 75% of the money to buy the deal if you're putting 25% down. And because of that, because the lenders are putting so much money down into the deal, they need to make sure that you, as the operator, have experience. So that's why it's a big deal. That's why they ask for a resume. That's why they want to know what your track record is in that specific market as well. So that's the first barrier. The second barrier is brokers want to work with those with a track record as well. What do real estate brokers care about? They care about the commission. And there's a lot of non-serious real estate buyers out there. I've experienced it on both ends. When I'm buying, I make offers. When I say I'd make an offer, I actually make an offer. For sellers, when I'm trying to sell one of my properties, a lot of people will tell me, Steven, I'm going to make an offer, but their actions do not align. They do not take any action whatsoever. They just say it, but they don't actually take action and write me an offer. So they're not taking it seriously. So because of this, brokers do this on a daily basis. They're dealing with a lot of people who don't take it seriously. So they only like to work with people that they have a track record with. Like maybe they've done a few deals with you and they keep on bringing you deals because at the end of the day, the broker just wants to get their commission check. That's what they're after, unfortunately. So if they know that they've closed with you before, most likely they'll bring you the deal again because they know that you can close. They know that you do what you say, and they know that they'll get their commission check. So barrier number two is brokers like to work with those of a track record. And kind of something I want to like to add on that is, unfortunately, most deals that brokers bring anyways are not that good. So, and the brokers that do bring good deals, they're most likely not going to bring it to you as a beginner. So, the brokers that are willing to work with you probably don't have a good deal. I've underwritten so many deals, live on my channel. I still get deals from brokers today, and from my personal experience, they're not good. So, 90% of the brokers don't have good deals, and the 10% of brokers that do have good deals, they're probably bringing it to people that they worked with before because they know they can close. So that's barrier number two. Barrier number three is there's no good deals on LoopNet, Crexi, MLS. Once again, like there's a reason why these deals are on LoopNet. There's a reason why these deals are on Crexi. I only use LoopNet and Crexi to figure out who the brokers are, and good chance that the broker that you see on LoopNet and Crexi, they're probably not going to be that good either. So that makes another barrier in terms of trying to find a good deal. If you're trying to find a deal on LoopNet, most likely it's overpriced. Most likely the income is inflated, the expenses is lowered to inflate the net operating income, to inflate the value. So most likely if you're buying it, it's probably not going to pencil out with the lender. You're going to have to put a large down payment to hit your DSCR of 1.25. And most of the time the deals don't pencil out. Like I've underwritten hundreds of deals on LoopNet. It's actually what I teach in my mentorship as the first homework assignment. Underwrite 100 deals and you tell me, are any deals good? Do any deals make sense? And most of the time, the answer is no. So, once again, There's no good deals on LoopNet. And barrier number four is, if let's just say you want to raise money, well, investors want a track record as well. Like, why would somebody give you $100,000 if you've never done multifamily before? If you've never done a full cycle uh, deal on an apartment complex? Like, why would someone want to risk their money with you? Even if there's trust in you, maybe you've had trust in somebody who does single family homes, but like I said, single family home and multifamily, it's a different animal. It's a different business model. Just because you're great at single family homes doesn't mean you'll be great at multifamily. Just because you're great at multifamily doesn't mean you'll be great at single family. It's a different skill set. And for multifamily, the value of the asset is based on net operating income divided by the market cap rate. So I need somebody that can maximize income and decrease expense to increase the NOI, which increases value. If the operator is no good and the NOI goes down, well, the value of the asset goes down. That's why lenders want experience, because they want to know that you're able to force the NOI to go up over time. They want to know you know what you're doing. So I just listed four barriers right here, and I went through all four of these barriers. When I was starting off and looking at deals, I would go on LoopNet, talk to the brokers, underwrite these deals, make offers on deals on LoopNet, and I just found out that, number one, none of these deals are good. And then number two is these brokers that were giving me deals, they're still terrible. I have brokers even to this day send me deals. I underwrote them on my channel, but they're never that good. They're never that good at all. So, I'm kind of stuck where, like, okay, lenders want experience, brokers want you to have a track record. There's no good deals on LoopNet, and investors want you to have a track record as well. So, like, how do I get this experience if no one's willing to work with me? And how do I get my first deal to prove that I can do it? So these were all the questions I was wondering myself. I was like, what do I do? Like, I want to get started in multifamily. I get the benefits of it. It's more scalable. It's more cash flow focused. It's based on the income. It's more scalable. It's just a natural progression. So here are kind of the four solutions that I thought of while I was breaking down these barriers. So the first solution, which, to be honest, solved all my problems, was learn how to find off-market deals so great that lenders don't care about your experience or lack of experience. So that's exactly what I did. Instead of crying, saying, wow, okay, brokers won't give me deals. There's no good deals on LoopNet. I could have just given up and not done anything. Instead, I learned how to do a direct mailing campaign. I have a bunch of videos on my channel talking about that. I teach that in my mentorship course, and I have to do a direct mailing service myself for those who are interested. And I sent out mailers to owners. So I would bypass the broker. I would bypass LoopNet, and I would try to find a good deal that was so amazing. So what's an amazing deal to a lender? So amazing deal to a lender is when the debt service coverage ratio, or DSCR, is above 1.25. So what does that mean? So DSCR greater than 1.25 is, let's say your monthly loan payment is $1,000 a month. That means your net operating income must be at least $1,250 a month. So it's higher than 1.25. So take whatever the monthly mortgage payment is and times it by 1.25. That's how much your net operating income needs to be. And remember, net operating income equals income minus expense. So it's basic math. So if you can find a deal that has a DSCR well above 1.25, the lenders will overlook the fact that you lack experience. Investors want to invest in the deal because they know they're coming in with cash flow. Also, how do you also get another good deal? You have to buy a property with instant equity day one, right? Imagine you buy a deal, you buy so under market because you're going off market that you have $100,000 to $200,000 of instant equity day one. The lender feels comfortable knowing that, hey, you're a new operator, but you bought the deal so well with $200,000 of equity, they view it as less risk, right? So they view it as less risk, so they're willing to take the risk on you as an operator. So let me show you my first deal as an example. My first deal was my 26 unit apartment complex. I got for $500,000. The DSCR was at least 1.4 day one. And when I bought it, it appraised at $750,000, which is $250K over what I bought it for. So, because of that, the DSCR was well above 1.25, and the bank had instant equity day one. Did the lender care about my experience at that point? No. They wanted to work with me because I found such a good deal. And if I messed up and I didn't manage the deal well, the bank would take over the deal and then they would probably sell it and still make their money back, if not even more money on top of that. So, solution number one, which is honestly the best solution, learn to find off market deals so great that lenders, investors will look past your lack of experience and brokers will not be able to bring you these type of deals from my experience. So this is the best solution. Remember this one, if any solution. Solution number two is you want to leverage an experienced team. So you yourself, like me, I'm relatively new. I would leverage my property manager who's been in the business for 20 years. And I would make it clear to my lender, hey, I'm new, but I'm working with a property manager who's been doing this for 20 years. And they specialize in small apartment complexes around 20, 30 units and doing renovations and value add. And this is it, right? So you yourself don't need to have experience, but you need to know how to find a team and build a team that's experienced. You need to have an experienced property manager, an experienced general contractor, experienced title insurance company, experienced everything, right? Everyone around you is experienced so that you're learning from them to shortcut your path, right? So solution number two is leveraging an experienced team. Solution number three, which I did as well, was gaining knowledge through a mentorship, right? I'm a big proponent of mentorships. Obviously, I was part of one. I created my own. I created the YouTube channel, but this shortcuts your learning, right? Like this is what's key. Real estate does not change over the years. Multifamily has not really changed over the years. The high level concepts and principles are very similar. So you can shortcut your learning curve. You can shortcut how fast you do things by joining a mentorship. That's what happened to me, right? I joined a mentorship. I bought 80 units, 8 months. And a year before that, if you were to ask me if I did multifamily, I'd say no, that's only for rich people. So, definitely shortcut, my learning and a shortcut my mistakes. And you can leverage their networks as well. Like because I joined the mentorship, I had access to his property managers, his general contractors, his lenders, his contacts, his experience, everything, right? Like why should I make the mistake myself when I can pay some money and reduce the amount of mistakes I make to expedite my own journey, right? Like what I tell people who join my mentorship is it's a huge deal savings wise. Like I've lost hundreds of thousands of dollars on mistakes myself, despite being part of a mentorship. And if you join my mentorship, you get to learn from all my mistakes, right? $100,000 worth of mistakes. If just by joining you mitigate one mistake, that can save you way more than what the courses and mentorship's worth. So, and what's also nice about joining mentorship is once you know the lingo, that's how you know how to talk to lenders, how to talk to brokers, how to talk to investors. You get this sounds sophisticated, right? You have to know net operating income, value add, renovation, RUBS, DSCR, how to talk to lenders, how to appease to owners, how to find off-market deals, like how to create a value add strategy, what's my business plan, how to create my resume. All these things sound easy to me because I've been doing it for a while, but for beginners, it's overwhelming, right? And like I said, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Like, why would you go through all the scars yourself when you can learn from someone else's scars? So, it's kind of like once you gain knowledge from a mentorship, you're leveraging a more experienced team, right? You want to learn from people one step ahead of you. You want to learn from people who are actually buying deals. You want to learn from people who are actively renovating deals, in the deals, refinancing, doing all the above, right? So, solution number three. And solution number four is you want to have a sound value add plan. So, when you talk to a lender, you need to sound very confident in what your business plan is. And it's just going to be like, hey, I'm going to buy this 26 unit apartment complex for $500,000. It's probably going to average between $8,000 to $10,000 to renovate each unit. And if it's $10,000 per unit, what does that include? That includes a brand new kitchen, shaker cabinets from Home Depot, I'm gonna rip out the flooring and install LVP flooring. I'm gonna repaint the walls a modern color. I'm gonna add new kitchen appliances, stainless steel. I'm gonna rip out the bathtub and put in a bathtub kit, install a new bathroom vanity, paint it all. And after doing that renovation, I'm gonna be able to raise the rents from $400 to $700, which is $300 per unit. And after doing that, I'm probably gonna renovate maybe 3 to 4 units per month. And then once those are ready, I'm gonna rent those out. I'm gonna make 3, 4 more tenants leave, renovate those units, and rent those out. Right. So you gotta kind of have a plan of what you're gonna do. You need associated costs for everything. Like when you talk to the lender, I'll be like, yeah, I want to renovate this because the lender is putting money into the deal, right? And it's nice for them to know that you're putting additional money into the deal to renovate it, so they feel that, oh, you're actually taking care of the property, right? Like if during the due diligence inspection it says the roof needs to be replaced, then I'm gonna say, oh, I'm gonna replace the roof, and it's gonna cost me $30,000 to replace the roof, and I'll do it. And if the lender wants proof, I can submit proof, right? So you need to be able to talk about this. Like I'm gonna renovate 10K per unit, and it's gonna raise the rent $300, you know, to market rent, and my NOI is gonna increase by this much, and this is my exit strategy, right? Are you gonna sell this? Are you gonna flip it? Are you gonna do a cash out refinance and then pull out the money and buy more? So once you can kind of start describing the story, it doesn't have to be long, right? Like I just gave you my little quick pitch, and once you've done it and you proved it, at that point, like you have a track record now with a bank. You have a track record now to pitch to investors. You have a track record now if you want to work with brokers, right? Like, hey, I've done a deal full cycle. These are my numbers. It's part of my resume now. So, yeah, so it just takes a lot of time to learn, a lot of experience, a lot of scars, but you can expedite your journey. Like, you don't have to do it alone. It's very intimidating. I've done A through Z by myself, even with a mentorship. And even then, like, there's a lot that I learned on my own. And, I overcame all these barriers. And now I own, 2 apartment complexes, 1 mobile home park, some single family homes, and I've experienced all the above. So now my real estate resume looks impressive, right? Where I've done a full cycle in a 20 unit apartment complex. I'm in the process of selling my mobile home park. So now I have experience of doing a fix and flip of a mobile home park. I'm currently doing my renovations of my 26 unit. And, I've renovated 40 units in Oklahoma in the past year. So now I have a huge track record of having a team, right? I have a property management in place. I have a general contractor team in place. I can actually prove that, hey, I renovated this unit. This is how much it costs, and this is how much I increase my rents, because I am actually hitting $700, $800 a month in rent after renovation. And I do have pictures of operation and all this. So you know um, those 4 barriers I listed in the beginning are definitely very intimidating starting off. But there's an easy way to override it, is to find an off-market deal so amazing that they'll overlook your experience. It'll be hard for you to mess up at that point. So to kind of summarize, the 4 barriers of transition from single family to multifamily are: number one, lenders want experience. Remember, lenders are putting in the majority of the money in the deal. Number two is the brokers want to work with those of a track record that they worked with before. And I will put a caveat that, from my experience, brokers don't really have good deals in the first place. And number three is there's no good deals online through LoopNet, Crexi, MLS. And once again, deals go to LoopNet to die. Number four is investors, if you're raising money, is they want a track record. Like, why would I give you $100,000 if you've never done a deal full cycle, right? You're all talk. I want to see your evidence, right? Like, I want to see that you've actually done it multiple times and you're successful multiple times, not just talk, empty talk. You need action to back it up and evidence to back it up, right? For me at this point, I've built evidence. I've built a track record, and I can prove that to people that I'm doing it, because I am doing it. I don't need any fluff. I have a track record. It speaks for itself, right? And to kind of go over the 4 solutions again, is the number one solution, was the most important, is find an off-market deal so amazing that lenders, investors will look past your lack of experience. If you can find a deal that cash flows day one, DSC are well above 1.25, you're buying of instant equity day one, you have the ability to do value add, there's no way you can lose, regardless of interest rates going up or down. There's no way you can lose. Even if you make mistakes, there's no way you can lose. Number two is you want to leverage an experienced team, right? Just because you're new, you can find a team that's more experienced than you and learn from them, learn from their experience, shortcut your journey. Number three is you can join a mentorship, right? Shortcut your learning once again. Why are you going to spend 10 years to learn something when you can learn it easily in 6 to 12 months from somebody else doing it? Why would you not shortcut that journey? Because the faster you shortcut your journey to buying real estate, the faster real estate starts to compound and the more powerful it becomes, right? The longer we wait, the more expensive real estate gets. Rents go up. If rents go up, NOI goes up. NOI goes up, the value goes up. So over time, even though interest rates are going up, the value of multifamily still goes up. And you want to leverage your network. Once again, why do you want to go through the hassle of going through 10 terrible lenders, 10 terrible property managers, 10 terrible general contractors when you can use their network and make it a little bit smoother for you? Or learn to identify red flags from those more experienced about what's a red flag of a property manager, what's a red flag of a general contractor, how do you work with these people, right? I'm a pharmacy director. I'm used to managing people, but you may not have that same experience as me. So it's harder. So you can gain knowledge through mentorships. Number four is having a sound value add plan. Once again, how are you going to renovate it? How much is that going to cost? What are you going to do? How much can it raise the rents? How much can it raise your NOI? How fast are you going to renovate these units? How many units are you going to renovate? Where are you getting that money from renovation? What's your exit strategy? Is it a cash out refinance? Are you going to fix and flip it? Are you going to wholesale this? What is it? Right? Are you going to sell it 1031 exchange it? If you can say all this stuff and use the appropriate lingo, that's how you gain trust, right? That's how you gain trust from lenders, from brokers, investors. So, hopefully you found the four barriers very much less intimidating now after knowing the four solutions. But the key is finding that off-market deal so amazing that lenders, investors will look past your experience and brokers will wonder how you even got that deal in the first place. Hopefully you found value in this video. Thank you so much.